Yo, what's good? It's your boy Big Steve, and this is Go Blue After Dark, where we smoke and talk Michigan football. So let's get into it. So Michigan will be heading back to the big house this weekend to take on Indiana, an Indiana team that entering 2-3 right now and 0-2 in the Big Ten. But to be honest, that record can be deceiving because they could easily be 4-1 right now. First game of the season, they opened up against Ohio State, but Ohio, it was a very close game through the first half. Ohio ended up pulling away 23-3, but that was a close game. And then second game of the season, they played Indiana State, aka Larry Bird's house. They got the dub there, and then lost a one-score game to Louisville, 21-14. The same Louisville team that basically just dominated the top 10 Notre Dame team. So it's no such thing as a good loss, but that's a good game. For Indiana to be the program they at right now, to compete with the Louisville team who just dominated Notre Dame, that's saying a lot. So Louisville, but then after a good loss, you have a bad win by defeating Akron in overtime, 29-27. So it could easily win anyway. They just lost to Maryland 41. 44-17 was their latest loss. They was off last week. So, like I said, it's an Indiana team who's not in the best of position right now. Their head coach Tom Allen, he's one of those coaches who's been around for a while in the Big Ten. But just like a lot of these small programs, when they have some sort of success, they're gonna lose some key coaches, key transfers. Mike Hart was a big time running backs coach over there. He had about 3 or 4 running backs go from Indiana to the league. So now he's at Michigan. So he had a good run at Indiana. I believe he's probably coming to an end there. I don't think they're going to fire him, possibly. He probably resigned. But Indiana just not in a good space. Like I said, he's a good enough coach. He can get them to play above their means, but in no way this should be a close game. Michigan should dominate both sides of the ball. As far as Michigan defense goes, a couple things about Indiana. Their quarterback, Travion Jackson, 71 completions on 115 attempts, 862 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And like he's splitting some reps probably. Braden Sorsby, I don't know, 24 completions on 42 attempts for 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Running back Jalen Lucas is their leading rusher. He's 49 carries for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. The backup, Christian Turner, 40 carries, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns as well. Their leading receiver is Cam Camper, 13 catches, 249 yards, and a touchdown. And Donovan McCauley also has 18 catches for 208 yards and a touchdown as well. So, far as the Michigan defense goes, D-line should definitely dominate. Mason Graham looked good. He had the cast on his hand last game, but he still dominated that game. And I've been saying this for a while. He's our best D lineman. And to be honest, ever since last year, I always felt he was our most talented defensive lineman. Chris Jenkins been doing what he's been doing. Kenneth Grant has been, to see where he was at last year as a freshman and you wondering, is this guy who's a big guy, but is he really going to grow into that monster that he can be? And he has. And so Kenneth Grant, then you got Trap Money Benny, and you got a defensive front that's right now can be a dominant national championship team defensive front. And when you have a dominant national championship defense, these type of games you got to enforce it. Let's get them out the way for second half. We can have some of these freshmen getting some reps. So defense, I think we should dominate early. Probably shut it down quicker than the first team offense do. You know, it's really some guys that's first string and second string right now. I believe Keon Sabb's been getting a lot of reps with the first team. I know Rob Moore has been out some, Makari Page. Those guys are deep back there. Corner, watch it. It's been some fifth-year players stepping up big. And when you got, back-to-back first round, second round DBs leaving, that's not, when you have fifth-year corners, that's not saying, well, these dudes is trash. No, they were just playing behind some guys who's playing on Sunday right now. So it's dope to see them emerging the way they have been. Will Johnson, like I say, this team is deep. Where nobody's worried about numbers. Everybody just trying to get better. Linebacker, Julia Colston, man. Let's dominate. I would like to see more Barry and the guy from Nebraska, and more together because they kind of complement each other. Well, I think Julian Colston, not saying he's the weakest link, but he don't have that aggressive, dominant, blowing plays up type mentality like a Barrett got. And so, or the guy from Nebraska. So, but he's still an awesome ass linebacker at the end of the day. As far as the offense goes, going against the Indiana team, 9 sacks on the season, 6 interceptions. I'm really looking to see how we handle the red zone. Can we see about getting somebody who can get in there and get some jump balls? Probably Coastal Loveland a lot more. We got him on the touchdown last game. But far as jump balls, can we see the sophomore Clemens? I see he's been getting some reps. Maybe once we get in the red zone, we explore that. And just to see how they use Donovan Edwards and Khalil Mullins. As far as the offensive side of things goes. But the most important part of this game that we need to see is a backup quarterback can complete more than one pass. The offense should get this game over mid-third quarter to where either it's the Indiana transfer total or Jaden, the sophomore from California. Once again, nobody knows what's going on with Alex Orji, but we need a backup quarterback. And just in case, because it was already, I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, something about JJ's ankle was a little sore or something like that, to where if we're going to be a national championship team, you remember Ohio had to have a third string backup. Clemson, the year where they had Trevor Lawrence, their backup had to come in against North Carolina, I believe it was, and come back to win that game. So if you're going to make a championship, Alabama did it, where they had to bench their starter. You're going to have a backup quarterback. JJ's awesome. He's the best fucking quarterback we probably ever had in this program. But we're going to need somebody. And right now, we don't have that person. Right now, we don't have that person. That shit has been irritating. I got to get rid of that. But right now, we don't have that backup. And that's the only thing scares me right now with this Michigan team. Do we have a national championship team? Yes. Is JJ the biggest piece of that? Fuck yeah. Because right now, without JJ, we are fucking doomed on offense. We don't have playmakers like that to where we have a Marvin Harrison Jr. just fuck it, throw it up to him. We don't have that guy. So right now without JJ, we're fucked right now. We have to get a quarterback going this game and going into the Michigan State game to where them three games, Penn State, Maryland, and Ohio, that backup quarterback is ready to go. Because right now, everybody, as soon as he get in, is either a run play or he's going to take off for a run. And so other than that, just like we did Minnesota, just like we did Nebraska, just like we did Rutgers, we should dominate as the dominant team that we fucking are. This is Houston the bus. We have everything we need to win a national championship right now, but a fucking backup quarterback that's not a bitch. And when these dudes get in, I'm like, you should want to never. Tom Brady said it best, man. Tom Brady said it best. When you get in that motherfucking game, you never want to come out. You never want to fucking come out. And right now we got backup Jim Harbaugh even made the comment to where even if JJ was, I think he said 50% or 75%, he's still the best quarterback we have. And if you, not to bring up Prime, but the same way Prime goes about calling players out, saying how he feel, Jim Harbaugh does it as well. These dudes play in the National Football League. So they're not going to worry about hurting your feelings. And if you're a backup quarterback and the motherfucker say even at 50%, this dude is still better than you, you should take that shit personally. So we got to find a backup quarterback that's, I think I want Jaden to be that guy. He's the only person completed a pass for a touchdown as a backup. But other than that, to have a team where we're dominating the games we're dominating and our backup quarterback don't have any stats, is not a good sign. This a game just like the Minnesota game, we should dominate early to where we can get some snaps, some meaningful snaps, where this backup quarterback still had the first string receivers, still going against their first string defense. Now he's getting tested. Because right now, one mistake and we're fucked. We're fucked. So, not saying I hope it happened, knock on wood. But yeah, so this is another game where we should dominate and prove that we're the most dominant team in the nation. And I believe, it's easy to say we ready for Georgia, we ready for these dudes, but it's easier said than done. Right now we're looking good. I feel we got the size and depth to match any team in the nation. But right now we got to worry about Indiana, and Indiana should be the next team we dominate. Dominate, get these dudes out the way. Let people get their stats. Let Will Johnson get easy picks. That's easy money. That's what we need. Let somebody get some easy sacks. Everybody eat. Samaje Morgan, the freshman, number 82. Fred Moore, I believe his name. The other freshman, number 3. These dudes, let's get these dudes going. Let's get these dudes going so when we come out the bye week and we got those 3 games, the season is just 3 games, we're looking like, okay. Because right now, this kind of reminds me of the Chase Winovich, the revenge tour where we was just dominating teams. And then we went against those boys and shit got mad ugly for us. So, you know, let's dominate Indiana, dominate Michigan State, go into the bye week, and come out and just continue to do what we did all year. So I'm predicting Michigan. I've been saying 45 for the last couple of weeks because I know they got 52 last game, so I'm gonna go ahead and go 45-3. I feel the defense still holds on. We probably give up 3 points, maybe 7, but I'm gonna say 45-3. It's exciting, man. You kind of you don't want to get too exciting because we've been there before, but this team is different. This team is different. We have dogs on the interior. On the interior. Mason Graham is a fucking beast, man. That dude is a fucking monster. 6 tackles, 5 solos, a sack, 2 tackles for loss, or 1 fucking hand. That dude's a fucking monster, man. Kenneth Grant, whether it's hustling downfield, getting the block, interception, pressure, and Chris Jenkins, these dudes so dominant. Chris Jenkins just quietly just wrecking shop doing his thing. Benny, Trap Money Benny coming along. You see a Stewart and him and Derek Moore look good together. Josiah Stewart and Derek fucking Moore look good together on that edge. I think they bring speed, but one thing I like, Derek Moore is learning how to adjust. Jalen Harrell, once he gets pushed upfield, he's upfield. Derek Moore, he stops and they all sophomores mostly. So I'm excited. 45-3, I'm calling it. Michigan dominate once again on the motherfucking Michigan State. Michigan State, go blue.